As- We learned in the past lecture before Juma pray that there is a strong relationship between software engineering and software quality. That if you apply standard software engineering principles in terms of standard methodologies, techniques, and tools, result will be high quality software. Now, what are the quality software attributes? What are the quality attributes of good software? So we have functionality, dependability, usability, efficiency, maintainability, integrity, portability, flexibility, acceptability. So functionality means we already covered the definition for quality. What is the functionality? Harun Muhammad, Majid Manawwar, Shakir Ataullah, Sultan Yusuf, Sultan Saifuddin. Wa alaikum assalam. How to define functionality of a software? We already covered. Yeah, Mr. Harun, how to define functionality? Abdul Latif, Warabullah. Anyone? Open. Software must function as per the customer's requirements. That is the quality attribute. Dependability. How we can, yes, how we can depend on a software. Depend on a software. It's not a human being on which we can depend. We have relations like brother, father, mother, uncle, friends. We can have dependency on them. How we can depend on software? Usama Ali. Raid Abdullah. Bandar Saad. Sultan Saifuddin. How we can depend on a software? Open. Anyone can answer. Very good. Dependability has 7 dimensions. Very good. Dependability has 7 dimensions. If it is available, reliable, safe, secure, and the rest 3 I will cover later on after we first finish them. Define availability. Abdul Latif, Abdullah Khalid, Ahmed, Ahmed Sadiq, Murray, Muhammad Yasin, Harun Muhammad. Open, anyone can answer. Software must be available to the users 99.999%. Software must be available to the users 99.9. Its downtime should be very less, 0.000 something. 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. 24/7, 7 days per week, 365 days per year. Like ATM, like Google, Hotmail, Yahoo, Gmail, such software available, Amazon, eBay, Alibaba. So they are available to the users, so we can depend on them in terms of trustworthiness. Then you have reliability. How to define reliability? Sultan Saifuddin, Ahmad Sadiq, Shakir Ataullah, Ali Ali, Muhammad Al-Bashrafi, Usama Ali, Muhammad Yasin. Okay, open. Anyone can answer. Anyone can answer. Open. Okay. Free of free. Flexibility on change. Software should have minimum bugs. Minimum bugs, and it should be, must be stable and stable, or crash, should not crash. Software should have minimum bugs and it must be stable, should not crash again and again. Like Linux or Unix, Linux or Unix or Mac. If you talk about high reliability, they are having high reliability. If you talk about Windows, It has very low reliability. It crashes again and again, and it has a lot of bugs. Even though Microsoft is the largest software company in the world and they have the best professionals, but still it has bugs, and due to electricity jerk it will crash. Due to some virus it will crash. So it's very poor in reliability. Whereas Linux, Unix, Mac, Sun, Solaris, Fedora, they have high reliability. Then you have safety and security. What is the difference between safety and security? Raed Abdullah, Muhammad Marai Faraj, Ahmed Sadiq, Ahmed Adil, Sultan, Saad, Usam Khidr. Open, anyone can answer. Safety is related to human life losses or risk, whereas security is related to data theft. So we have safety, critical projects. We have safety, critical projects, where human life risks are involved. Where human life risks are involved, whereas security is related to data. Example of any safety critical project, Usama. Very good. Example of Maslan, Saad Ghalib, Muhammad, Fasi Yusuf, Majid Awar, Harun Muhammad. Okay, open. Example of any safety critical project. Example of any safety critical project. Yes. Sahar. Yes. It's not Tawakkalna, you may say. Okay. Flight control software. Flight control software. Nuclear reactor control software. Space shuttle software, auto car, auto car software. These are the common examples of autopilot. Flight control software has autopilot feature that it will be on auto mode and pilot doesn't have any control. There are some airports in which as you near to the airport, flight control software will take the control from pilot and it will land it safely. Nuclear reactor to control the temperature, pressure, that is also safety critical. Space shuttle, fire alarming software, fire alarming software, that is also safety critical projects. Then security, we have for data theft, we have security technologies, and I'm going to discuss them after a few slides. Security is related to data theft. So we have security technologies like firewall, yes, firewall, digital certificate. These are the security technologies, antiviruses. Security feature, security technology have been implemented. We have firewall, CCTV is not safety critical project. Yeah, it's for security. Also not, it does not count under that. But you may say from it's not for data theft CCTV. But from safety point of view, you may consider. But it's not, yeah. Firewall, digital certificate, cryptography, cryptography. These all are security technologies. So we need to consider that we have what kind of data we placed on the server and to whom it is accessible, what are the ranges of accessibility, what kind of security technology like firewall, digital certificate, antiviruses we have installed. So that's about the, yes, network monitoring. Then I move to so you can have ability of a system to deliver services when requested, that is the availability. Ability of a system to deliver services as specified. Ability of a system to operate without catastrophic failure. Ability of a system to protect itself against accidental or deliberate intrusion. So that's security, safety, reliability, availability. Then we have three more dimensions: dependability, we have repairability, survivability, and error tolerance. What is repairability? Ahmad Sadiq. Abdul Latif Garmullah. Saad Ghalib. Right, Abdullah. Badr Saad. It is possible to be repaired. Yes, ability of a system to repair itself if it is under attack, network attack, to fix it. Correct. Ability of a system to fix it. If it is under attack or it has some problem, survivability. Majid Munawwar, Shakir Ataullah, Ali Ali, Raid Abdullah, Ahmed Adil. Open. Anyone can answer. Yes, ability of a system to deliver services while it is under hostile or serious attack. Should not feel that system is under attack. Like for example, yes, like for example, you as a professional, you have some problem, or any human has a problem of any injury, or for example, loss of his blood relations, grief is there, sorrow is there, family problems are there, health problems are there. User, your customers, your employer should not feel that you have your personal issues. So business is business and cup of tea is a cup of tea. Your personal issues should not be affect to your problems or your work. You should perform the same functionality with same services as you are doing before the death of any your blood relation, father, mother, uncle, auntie. So it's same like software, it is under attack. It is not the problem of the end user that system is under attack. That is the reason we have backup servers. If one server is attacked or it's crashed, automatically the software or the website will redirect to another server, another server, backup server, redirect to another server. That is survivability. Error tolerance, Shakir Ataullah. Ali Ali, Abdul Latif Waramullah, Sultan Saifuddin, Muhammad Muhammad, Abdullah Khalid. Error tolerance. Yes. The ability of a software to handle user input errors and can be avoided and tolerated. Exception handling. Exception handling. Correct. So that's the error tolerance. Let's go to the by book. Repairability reflect the extent to which system can be repaired in the event of a failure. Survivability reflect the extent to which system can deliver services while under severe attack. Error tolerance reflect to extent to which user input errors can be avoided and tolerated. So these are the 7 dimensions of dependability. And dependability versus performance, error tolerance and availability. Error tolerance, you can handle the user input errors, and available mean it should be present to use. It should be loaded. It can be accessible. Accessible. Whereas error tolerance means user input errors can be handled. Can be handled. For example, there is a form and we have name, mobile number, there are two fields on the form. For example, name, you could not have number in the name, and if user try to enter number, there should be check to handle that. And if in mobile number user will try to enter character ABC, you will give him message, what are you doing? Have you seen any mobile number with ABC? Enter number only. And in the name, if we try to enter ABC number 1, 2, 3 numeric values, you will ask him, what are you doing? Have you seen any name number? So you have checks, like sometime in the password you have check. We call them validation checks. Yeah, like password rules. Less than 8 alphanumeric should have some special characters. So that should be exception handling, or user will not fill any mandatory data that lazim he has to enter. He is trying to leave them blank without filling or not duplicate the username. So these are handled, should be handled by the system level. Now dependability versus performance, untrustworthy system may be rejected by their users. System failure cost may be very high. It is very difficult to tune system to make them more dependable. It may be possible to compensate for poor performance. Untrustworthy system may cause loss of valuable information. Yes, securing the system from the impact of correct. Very. Now you have dependability cost. As you increase the dependability, cost will increase. High dependability, high cost. Low dependability, low cost. Because you need more testing, more maintenance, more security technologies, safety measurements. So these all factors increase the cost of software. As you can see here, yeah, more performance. But sometimes if you have more dependability, performance may lose. You have low performance. You have to compromise on performance, compromise on performance if you have high dependability. Why? Reason, sabab. Ali, Shakir Ataullah, Saad Ghalib, Bandar Saad, Muhammad Muhammad, Muhammad Yasin, Ahmed Adil. Open. Anyone can answer. Okay, need more tools because increase the size of software. Any other? Because you need more validation, more checking. Like when you have firewall, you have digital certificate, you have other security technologies, proxy server, antiviruses. It will take time to check all the security checks. Because of that, performance may be compromised. As the software has less checks, it will be much efficient. So if you increase the dependability, performance is decreased. If you increase the dependability, cost will increase because of, as you can see in the graph, as you have low dependability, low cost, high dependability, high cost, because you need more hardware, more security technology, more testing, more maintenance. Yes, you need to consider quality. So efficiency and performance will be compromised. Yes. So as you have more heavy dependability, high dependability, performance will be compromised, but cost will increase, dependability will increase. Because every high cost of dependability achievement, it may be more cost effective to accept untrustworthy system and pay for failure cost. Now I go back to the rest of the quality criteria. Usability we already covered. User friendliness. Efficiency we already covered. Usability mean easy to use. Efficiency mean how fast, how quickly software responds to the users. Like we discussed Google. Google is very efficient. Its response time is between 1 millisecond to 1 second. Maintainability. That is also we covered. Ability of a software to maintain itself. Easy to fix the bugs, easy to test, easy to update. Then you have integrity. We have two types of integrity. We have data integrity and we have software integrity. What is data integrity? Ahmed Adil. Badr Saad. Mohammad Mubrak. Sultan Saifuddin. Muhammad Yasin. Harun. Open. Anyone can answer. Yes. Data integrity mean how much data is reliable. How much data is reliable, trustworthy, accurate, or correct. What is the authenticity of data? Authenticity of data. How much data is authentic? Like when I'm teaching you something, I'm teaching you from some source, from book, from some, not teaching from Hawa, that I'm telling you story, anything I can teach. BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, books, IEEE, ACM, we have authentic data. But if we talk about Wikipedia, it's unreliable. It's not reliable to use. So it's not academic reference. We don't use Wikipedia as academic reference. We always recommend to the students, don't use Wikipedia to prepare your assignments, projects. So that's not reliable. So let's come to the software integrity. Software integrity. Usam Khizr. Shakir Ata'Allah. Raid Abdullah. Bandar Saad. Anyone? Open. Software integrity. How much software can protect itself from unauthorized access? How much software can protect itself from unauthorized access? That is the integrity of a software or application integrity or software integrity. How much software can protect itself from unauthorized access? That is integrity, application integrity or software integrity. Then you have portability. Abdul Latif Garmullah. Portable. Raid Abdullah. Saad Ghalib. Ahmed Adil. Ahmed Sadiq. Open, anyone can answer. Portable. Very good. Ability of a software. Ability of a software to run, or how much it with the ease run on multiple platforms. Multiple platforms. How much with the ease it can run on multiple platforms. Like we say, Java is portable. But when we talk about .NET, we say it's poor in portability. It is best to run on Windows with the compatibility. It doesn't have good compatibility with other operating systems like Linux, Unix, or Sun Solaris or Mac. So you need patches to run .NET, C#.NET, ASP.NET, VB.NET, patches to run on Linux or Unix. Still, it's not as smooth as it is with Windows. But Java is very flexible. It's a portable. It can run on multiple platforms. Then you have flexibility. Yes, flexibility. Shakir Ataullah. Abdul Latif, Muhammad Marai, Saad Ghalib, Raid Abdullah. That is under the maintainability. Easy to reuse. Easy to reuse. Because maintainability, easy to update, easy to maintain, easy to fix the bugs. So flexibility, easy to reuse, easy to reuse. That is the best understanding. Otherwise, you will mix with the maintainability and flexibility. Easy to fix the bugs. If you have maintenance has 4 dimensions: corrective, perfective, adaptive, preventive. So under the perfective, you have update and upgrade. But the flexibility means easy to reuse. The modification is under the maintainability. So easy to reuse. That is the most close understanding. Acceptability is the user satisfaction. So don't mix maintainability with flexibility. Flexibility means in terms of easy to reuse. Otherwise, we'll say maintainability only easy to fix the bugs. So then in order to change, update, upgrade, you will put it under the flexibility, then you will violate the maintainability with flexibility. So maintainability has 4 dimensions: maintenance, corrective, adaptive, perfective, preventive. But it is not covering reuse. Any question about all these quality attributes? Any question? Now I move to we have bugs and bugs. We have errors. We have defects. I am going to cover them, inshallah. We have whole course. I cannot cover everything in one lecture. I'm trying to cover the foundation, that we have relationship of software engineering with high quality software. Then I'm trying to cover the quality attributes. These are the main attributes that I just covered. Some of them are divided into types that I will cover, inshallah, in the coming slide. So main types of bugs: we have errors, we have defects, we have faults. What is the difference between them? Ahmed Sadiq. Ahmed Adil. Usam Khizar. Abdullah. Software bug is an error, flaw, or fault. A computer program that causes it to produce an incorrect or unexpected result or to behave in an unintended way. Okay. Abdullah Khalid, Muhammad Al Zahrani, Muhammad Murray, Muhammad Yasin, Harun Muhammad. Open. Anyone can answer. Bugs is a generic term. Errors are the bugs that are identified by the software development team. Quality assurance engineer, programmer, project manager, architect, configuration guy, anyone can identify the bug. And these bugs are called errors. Defect. Saad Ghalib, what's a defect? Defect are the bugs that are always reported by the customer. Defects are always reported by the customer. After testing, customer will submit a report. It's called defects report. Defects report. I know one software company in Pakistan. It's a Hukuma company. Its name is Punjab IT Board. It is still there. One of my students who is working now in Spain, I'm talking about 2006, 2007. They won a project by Vasta reference. And after testing, customer submits a report of 500 pages of defects report with the cancellation of the project. With the cancellation of the project. I asked my student, his name is Irfan, what's wrong? He said, because team members know that salary will come from Hukuma, project will fail or successful, doesn't matter. So whole day, they love to play network games, chatting, newspaper, tea break, smoking break. So it's fun time for them to be there in the office. Nobody is serious. So that is the reason we have most of the projects failed projects. So that's defects report customer has to submit. And we have a term fault. Let me explain some examples of defects before I move to the fault. Do you have any example of defect? Before I will give you example. Anyone has example of defects? Sultan Saifuddin, Shakir Ataullah, Ahmed Adil, Majid Munawwar, Muhammad, Muhammad Marai, Abdullah Khalid, anyone? I purchased a refrigerator. It has fridge and freezer. There was a defect in the door of the freezer, that the plastic has a leakage. Space was there, Hava was going inside, and ice was melting, and water drops were coming from there. So the company from which I purchased the refrigerator, they freely replaced the door part, the freezer part. That's the defect, because it was under warranty and support. Toyota Land Cruiser, 2011 model. 2000 model has a problem. If you increase the speed to 100, it automatically increased to 200 kilometers per hour. So Toyota company freely replaced that part. It was defect. Nissan company cars have a problem that airbag, when during the case of accident, the passenger and the driver was not injured because of accident, they were injured because airbag opened so hard that it fractured their bones, and they were injured because of airbag problem, not because of accident. So Nissan company freely replaced that part. That was the defect. Boeing company, there are two companies, Airbus and Boeing. Boeing company has a problem of their some specific model, that the fuel engine reader, the device that shows the fuel is full or not, like car has a reader, meter reading, to show that the needle is at empty or full. It showed that fuel is full, and one of the planes suffered. The plane took off. After a few minutes, it has 4-engine plane. I did not remember 707 or 747. After a few minutes, first engine stopped, second engine stopped, third engine stopped, fourth engine stopped. Yes, 737 something. And then electricity, there was no electricity because no engine was working. And luckily, there was a car racing track down, and he can see two tracks. One track, there was a car race, and second track was empty. So the pilot safely landed there. So there was a defect, and Boeing company freely replaced that part. So it was defect. Every company factory has defect cell where defective parts are placed. Defect report, including NCA report, can be, it considers the defect report. But if even not NCA report, still customer after testing will submit you a report with respect to the bugs, and these bugs are called defects, to distinguish between bugs from the company side or from the customer side. And there is a term fault. Faults are also bugs, but when specific portion of the code, the bugs, because of that software will fail, that portion is called faulty code, faulty part that cause the software to fail. Some bugs doesn't cause the system to fail. So we have further types. We call them fatal and non-fatal. Angrezi mushkil, fatal, if you pronounce it, non-fatal. So what is the difference between them? Abdul Latif. साद गालिब, बंदर साद, अहमद सदीक, fatal errors cause the system to crash. Fatal errors or bugs cause the system, or we say errors, bugs or errors cause the system to crash. Yes, fail, to fail it, fail or crash. Yes, and non-fatal are not serious. You can have exception and system will continue. Like it will appear to user and user can cancel it and skip it. Yes, the minor one, which is not very serious, cause the system to crash. They don't cause the system to crash. You can have exception from them. Safety critical project I already discussed. What are the main causes of unsafe reliable system? Shakir Ataullah, Raid Abdullah. Unsafe reliable system. Ahmed Sadiq, Muhammad Yasin, Abdul Latif, Harun, Muhammad Mabrek, Majid Banawar, anyone, open. Specification errors. Specifications errors. You collect wrong requirements, and because of that, system can have an accident, hardware failure, hardware can fail. Like for example, we have some common examples. It was, I think, 1984. Chernobyl power plant was exploded in Russia. 3.5 million people were affected. People were affected. Because of the radiations, software failed to control the temperature and pressure. Another example, space shuttle Challenger. It was, I think, again 1980s. It was broadcasted live throughout the world. I think 10 or 12 astronauts were there, and it was blasted after 11 seconds or within 1 minute because of hardware issues and software issues. Similarly, I watched a Discovery Channel movie in which passenger plane hit the cargo plane. and there is a device that alerts the pilot that some object is coming. So it was very serious problem. Because of that, that device did not detect properly, or pilot cannot take proper action anyhow. So these are the few examples in which we have the fail, and we have to suffer the loss of human lives. I remember there was a Saudi airline hit Russian airline in India. Both planes hit from front. One plane was landing, other was taking off. I think Saudi airline was taking off and Russian plane was landing. And there was only one terminal, and the Russian pilot Angelezi was very good. English was very good. Angelezi Mushkil. So he did not understand control tower, and he took the same height where Saudi airline was taking off. Control tower asked him to take different height, but he take the same height, and both planes crashed, and I think 700 passengers died. So these are a few examples: hardware failure or software failure or human errors. These are the normal causes. Okay, let's have a break. How many minutes you want to have break? How many minutes you want to have break? 15? Okay. See, inshallah, after 15 minutes is 2:36. So 2:51. 2:51 p.m.